All right, we're going to dive into how we're growing our business through LinkedIn. And I want to dive in real quick. This is going to be helpful for, let's dive into this. Who is this going to be helpful for? So, who is this training for? It's going to be for online service providers. And who it's not going to be for, not for brick and mortar local businesses. So it's not going to be great for that. If you run a local business, this will probably not be for you. But this will be so for people who are doing like consulting, agency work. If you run any kind of coaching or like if you're in the online service business. So this would not be also for, sorry, this was not for online product owners. So if you're selling a lower priced course or you're in a course business, this is not going to be for you. So this is going to be for people who are in the consulting agency coaching. If you're in online services, in particular, if you're doing higher ticket offers, like that are over $2,000, $3,000, this is going to be for you. So real quick, what I'm going to do is I want to share real quick, what is it that Alex and I do? There are a lot of new people in the group. And so who are we, right? So real quick, who are we and what do we do? Who are we? Who are we? So we run CEO Finance Academy. And like you guys, we help people online. So we're an online business. And what we do is we help people get their online businesses profitable. So one of the biggest pain points that we see a lot of people, one, making moolah, they're making money, but they are not keeping their money. And we see this in a couple of ways. We see this either they're not saving enough money, meaning they do not, so things that they don't have, they do not have. They do not have the following. They don't have business reserves. They don't have salary reserves. And part of that is we see a lot of the time they do not have profitable offers, meaning it costs them so much to sell or deliver their services that they're not keeping much money. So these are things that they do not have profitable offers. So that's what we do. We're CEO Finance Academy. We work with you one-on-one in your business. It is for people who are typically making at least $7,000 to $8,000 a month. They need help, and we work with you one-on-one over 3 months for $5,000 to help you get your business finance systems in place. So that's what we do. And if you're interested in that, you can just shoot me a message on Facebook or reach out to Alex and I, or shoot me an email at will@ceofinanceacademy.com. That's what we're doing. But in order to do that, we're also doing things to grow our business. And so I want to share this with you. We get a lot of people like, how do I grow my business? I'm going to dive in and show you what we're doing. And in today's lesson on how we're using LinkedIn to expand our audience and reach, I want to walk you through a couple of things. So what we're going to be using today are a couple of things. We're going to be using tools that we need are LinkedIn itself. Obviously, if you're not signed up for LinkedIn, you're going to want to go ahead and make sure that you get a LinkedIn account. It's totally free to sign up for. 2, we are going to be using a tool called Sales Navigator. Sales Navigator is a part of LinkedIn. It is built in, but it costs a fee. And it is, as we're going to see, about $80 a month. Oops, 80 a month. And we're going to be using another tool called the Data Scraper. So the Data Scraper. Now, I will say that, and the Data Scraper, I should say, is, I believe, $99 a month. So all of this together equals something like $180 a month. Cool. So that would be the max. There is a way that you can do this for free if you just want to spend time. However, I'm going to recommend that you invest in these tools. A lot of our prospecting comes out of just $180 a month using these tools. Just pretty dirt cheap in my mind. So that's what we're going to do. Let's dive into the tutorial. I just want to give you a heads up of what are the 3 things that we use, be totally upfront on what's the cost. So for us, Alex and I, for example, in our online business, we do anywhere from, on the minimum, we typically do 30,000 a month or more. And our revenue, and just give you an idea, our expenses are, so this would be greater than, this is less than, we run our business on under $2,000 a month total. Software, VAs, everything under $2,000 a month in costs. Cool. So you can see, this is how we run our business. And so we try to show you the ways that make it profitable to do this. So let's dive in. I'm going to pull up my screen and I want to walk you through how we're doing this. Let me get my desktop up. And I'm going to pull up a couple of things here. What is going on my computer? Cool. So here's what we're going to do. The first thing is you need to log into LinkedIn. So if you don't have an account, you're going to go into LinkedIn. You're going to create an account. One of the first things you should do is optimize your profile. So if I go to my profile, a couple of things that you're going to want to look at are, hey, is it really easy for someone to see what you do? So I use my name and the headline here, Will, Profitable Online Business, CEO Finance Academy for small business owners, founder of W Marketing CEO Finance Academy, helping online businesses keep more of what they make. Pretty clear what we do, who we work with. You're not going to get confused that I own a brick and mortar practice by any means. But then I have some content that people can look at that are relevant to what we do. Then I dive into our about section. I've got my experience and stuff like that. You don't need to have a ton of stuff just so that somebody goes, oh, this is legit. They can clearly see your face and feel like, hey, this looks like somebody I may be interested in connecting with. So this is the first thing you want to do. The next thing you want to do is you're going to want to sign up for Sales Navigator. So I pulled up Sales Navigator here. You can see it for a professional account. It's $79.99. You can also start a free trial. To be honest, I don't know how long the trial goes for. I'm going to guess it's at least for like a week, but I don't know, to be honest, how long that trial is, but it's going to be worth getting no matter what. So once you get Sales Navigator, you can go into LinkedIn and it creates this little icon on the top right called Sales Navigator. You're going to log into this and it's going to pull up a lot of different stuff for you, highlights, priority accounts. All we're going to do is we're going to create a lead list, right? So in order to grow our business, we need to grow our audience. We need to grow our reach. And what we're going to do is we're going to choose our targeted audience. So if you're watching this, ideally you have an idea of who your niche is, who you're working with. If you don't, I would stop this and say, that's the first thing we need to do is figure out who we're going to work with. So you can see I've built a ton of different lists over the course of my time using Sales Navigator. Of people that we're going to go after. Some of these you'll notice there aren't leads in here, and I'm going to show you why that is and kind of why I use this as a testing ground. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a lead list. So I'm going to go over here and create a lead list. So we're going to talk with, we're just going to go with consultants, and I'm going to go self-employed consultants. And I'm not going to describe my list. I'm just going to do that. So I've got this here. I'm going to click on it, and it's going to say search for leads. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I want to type in consultant in a keyword. There's different ways that we can do this, but I'm just going to put consultant to start. I'm going to go for us mainly because we're doing finance stuff. We're going to stick with the US and maybe Canada at times. But I don't know why it says plus one more, but we're just going to stick with the United States. You could put in as many different countries of where your people are at. And you can do all kinds of different things inside of LinkedIn. You could choose industries, schools, profile language, you search people by name. But what I want to do is I just want to work with consultants in the US. And here's the thing. I'm going to go and use these really cool things called role and tenure features. And I'm going to go, I want them to just be the owners or founders. So I'm going to go owner and I'm going to type in founder. Cool. And you'll see it says, hey, we're already down to 590,000 results. And I might go, you know, I don't want to work with just any of these. I want to work with just people who are self-employed that run their own business for themselves. And you'll notice now we're down to just 38,000. And I could keep going. There's all kinds of different stuff we could check out. We could say, hey, you know, how long have they been there? So I might say, well, I don't want to work with someone who just started out. I want to work with people who've been in this for like 1 to 2 years, maybe even 3 to 5 years. If they've been in for more than 10 years, I would hope they have their financial stuff figured out. So for us, it's probably not who we're going to work with. And I've got this at 15,000. That's so many people. I'm actually going to try to narrow this down to an even smaller list and just do owners and 6.5. Now, there's no perfect list size for this, but I just want you to see what we're able to pull up. So I've got my filters. I've got consultant. I've got United States. They've been in the position for 1 to 2 years or 3 to 5 years, and they're the owner and they're self-employed. Now, this is kind of the typical person we work with. They run their own business. Maybe they have 1 or 2 part-time employees, and they're doing really well. They're doing, $8, 10, 20, $50,000 a month. And they're just struggling with keeping more of the money they're making. So that's what I'm going to go after. And I'm going to click search. And it's going to say, sure enough, 6.5 or 6,500 results pop up. Now, what I can do is I can save this search. What I recommend, there's the manual way to do this. You're going to click add to list, and you're going to do this for every 25 searches. There's different ways that you can make this a little bit easier, but ultimately this would be a manual process. This is where the data scraper comes in. It's a really powerful tool. So I'm going to keep this search up here, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to sign up for the data scraper. I already have an account, but I want you to see it's thedatascraper.com. And for one user, you can try it for free. So you could even start this for free, and you can get up to, I think it's like 200 emails by scraping it. And I'm going to show you how this works as we use this. So I'm going to click access my account, and I'm going to sign in. And what's really cool is it is going to automatically, what you're going to do is you're going to download the Chrome extension. And once you download the Chrome extension, so as you log in, it says, hey, go ahead and install the Chrome extension. When you go to Chrome extension, I think if you go to Chrome, is it Chrome? Oh, is it this one? Nope. If you go to Chrome developer, you have to, developer mode. Actually, I think if you just go up here, go to Chrome extensions, go to manage extensions, and turn this, yours might be in developer mode off. You turn it on, and then you load an unpacked, or you load a extension, and it pops up right here, and then you would see the data scraper. So that's really cool. Once you do that, there are 2 things that we can do. One, I can actually extract all the emails, phone numbers, and data from these people on LinkedIn. Or the other thing that it does is it auto populates or auto creates this little thing down here. It says auto connect and visits or email extractor. And so I want to show you what we're going to do, which is auto connect and visits. And this is how we do this in under 20 minutes a day. So I'm going to say, hey, LinkedIn, or hey, hey, data scraper, here's what I want to do. It's going to pull in automatically. It says connect automatically with potential prospects with personalized messages. And what I could do is say, I could send them a message right away. I've just found, honestly, not sending a message works even better right away. And I'm just growing my audience using this with LinkedIn. And so what I'm going to do is say, hey, I want to connect. I just want to, nope, I don't want to do a message. Yep. So I'm going to do this after, let's see, what do I want to do? I want to do, cool. So I want to visit and then auto connect with a message. I'm just going to leave the message blank, so no message will send. And what I want to do is you can have 100 connections per week, but I know that only about 20 to 30% are going to connect. Sometimes it's better, sometimes it's lower. So what I want to do is I want to send like maybe 20 every 30 seconds. And I want to go up to 100. So that means that in 5 minutes, I'll have sent a total of 100 messages, or sorry, 100 connections. So if I click start the automation, you're going to see it's going to start going through these people and sending a connect request with them. And so if I were to go into my LinkedIn, it would say sent request, sent request, sent request, sent request, sent request, sent request. And now all of a sudden I'm growing my audience on autopilot. So it's going to take a minute before this kicks in. But all you need to know is after a minute, it's going to start sending auto connects in order of these people, meaning it's going to send connection requests to all of these people immediately after these 30 seconds. So what it'll do is it'll send 20 connection requests. It'll stop for 30 seconds. So that way the LinkedIn algorithm doesn't see you as just a total bot. And it's going to go up to 100 total requests. So I'm expecting in a day to connect with 20 to 30 people. I'll do this for a week. I'll probably tap out on my connection request then. then I'll start again next week. So I hope this helps. This is how we're growing our LinkedIn. You can also send an automatic message right after, an automated message, assuming that someone connects. But that's for another sort of deep dive of what we do with our messaging side of stuff. But as you can see, you can start to see it going in and connecting with people. And of course, the day we do a tutorial, it acts a little slow, but as you can see, it started to go through who it's in connection requests to, connect to. And you can see it just sent the connection request to them. And this is how we're using. So it's sent to total actions to, so it's done it twice now, of sending this to connection requests to people. So these are how we use $180 a month tools. So 2 total tools for $180 a month. I sit in every morning. I go do this for about 10 minutes. I let this run, and we're growing our LinkedIn list. I think I've grown my LinkedIn connections by about 500 over the last 60 days, something like that. So you can see here, it says connect pending. So cool. Awesome. I hope this helps you guys in how we're growing our LinkedIn. It's a really cool way. And then you could dive into the next step, which is how do you master that immediate message or that initial message? What's the process that you're going to take people through? That's for a different day. But I want to show you what we're doing for LinkedIn, how we're using this to grow our audience, because for us, we're trying to help more entrepreneurs, especially self-employed entrepreneurs, get their business finances in order. So if you need help with that, need help with growing your business, shoot us a message. We'd be happy to talk with you and can't wait to catch you guys on one of the next trainings.